guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, you are out here in the Shinozan Protectorate waters, having just left the Night Spire aboard the Manigath's Might, a very nice vessel that was gifted to our friend Islarin Shonazath as a wedding gift by her husband. Rolmos has come with the party and is currently driving the ship, much to our friend Twilight's chagrin for the moment. As you guys sail away from the Night Spire, you have the entire world at your disposal and had discussed going far south around the continent to visit Ayla Taylor's homeland. The question becomes, as you have the entire sea before you, what would you like to do?
So Twilight remains chagrined that he's not sailing the boat.
Twilight, with your passive insight, you do know that at some point Rolmos is going to eagerly allow you to take over, as he will want to be spending time with Islarin. At least at night.
I have other activities planned for those periods of darkness.
Oh, okay. Would you care to enlighten us as to what those activities might be?
Calisthenics.
Calisthenics, understood. I'm glad she wasn't drinking anything at that moment. But popcorn may have gone down the wrong pipe. So, we're going to go down the order here and determine what you guys are doing at the current moment, sailing along. Ayla?
Ducks I know.
She's eating food, understood.
Yes. I think at this point in time, because what is it, early morning?
Yes. You guys departed early morning.
Yeah, I think at this point in time, I'm just kind of sitting out on the deck, watching the world go by, enjoying the sunshine,
Okay.
appreciating the world that my God has given us.
Awesome. Islarin, what are you doing today?
Islarin is taking a seat on the deck, not too far from Rolmos, close enough to make conversation, but she is madly scribbling down a bunch of notes about various people and places she's been, and just trying to compile that all into one place.
Okay. And then Eowyn. What is Eowyn doing aboard the ship?
Do we have our own quarters? I think that's what
Yes.
the rooms are
Yes. You do have your own berths. Yep.
Is there somewhere to sleep?
You have your own little cabin. Yes.
Okay, then no one's gonna be sleeping. He's not a morning person.
Okay. Cool. Twilight's call.
I will actually spend the 10 minutes to use the spell Find Greater Steed, and then we'll spend the rest of the day familiarizing myself with my new mount named Sirona.
Okay. As a question, where are you doing this spell?
On the top deck.
You're doing this on the top deck. Okay. As your mount appears, the ship as a whole lurches sideways as it suddenly has an extra 1,000 pounds leaning on one side of the ship. I'm going to need Islarin and Rolmos, and I assume Covet's on the ship as well. Ayla's on deck. The only person I believe who is not on deck, other than Eowyn, might be Kiki.
Yeah, no, Kiki is in the Kiki's nest.
Okay. So, I need the people who are on deck to roll dexterity saving throws. Or be tossed overboard by the sudden weight shift on the ship. It's Lauren's
I
fine.
got 13.
However, Ayla goes flying into the ocean thanks to the sudden weight on the ship.
It's-
Is,
Ayla,
is,
don't
Ayla
worry.
close, is Ayla close enough to get a +5 from Miss Lauren?
No?
So as soon as I see that, I toss my notes on the ground or on the deck and just dive in to go retrieve her.
Okay. The wind catches your notes and they go blowing into the sea. You dive into the water to catch Ayla Taylor. Please roll an athletics check. With a 13, you're able to get to her and catch her and prevent her from sinking beneath the waves. The ship begins to turn to circle you guys because it doesn't stop on a dime. Rolmos shouts to Twilight, "What have you done? Get a line out there quickly!"
I will go and try to throw a line out to Islaren and Ayla.
Okay. You're able
We
to find a rope.
appreciate it.
You find a rope and throw it to Islaren and Ayla. So, let's go ahead and get you to roll a... Oh, I guess this would be just a straight attack roll, just a d20 to see if you get it towards them. Just gotta hit a 10. That's all we're shooting for. The rope misses.
When I see that miss, because I've
Yeah.
been watching from the Kiki's nest, I'm going to fly down to grab the rope so that I
Okay.
can bring it out to them.
Cool. As you fly out and give them the rope unfurls. Twilight, what's the other end tied to?
That's important.
Tied to the side of the boat where the wooden post is.
Okay, you're going to attach it to a belaying pin? Awesome. Can I get a survival check from you?
Uh, 28.
28. As the line tightens, Islaren, you and Ayla are pulled by the very fast ship and begin skipping over the waves, crashing through one then the next.
Wow, they're skipping across the waves. It's almost like they're skiing.
As you guys are following the ship, Ramos looks behind and sees Islaren holding on to Ayla and smiles. He's seen Islaren do this before. Long ago. Is Islaren smiling or is she stressed?
Definitely stressed. Like her face is a very like determined look on it, but like she's definitely like she's concentrating on trying to keep Ayla afloat and trying to get back to the ship.
Okay. He shouts, Ramos shouts, "Please, pull her in!" And we'll turn the ship sharply so that the rope can go slack a little bit and put less strain on Islaren.
I gotta help pull them in.
Yeah, I'll help pull as well.
The four ladies run up and begin raising the sails, trying to slow the ship. Let's get athletics checks from both Covet and Twilight.
Twilight rolled an 11.
Awesome. However, Covet sees the situation and hauls on the rope, bringing Islarin and Ayla towards the ship. As you guys come to the side, Rolmos has gotten the ship to bob between the waves, and you guys are able to be pulled aboard without difficulty. As you look over, Rolmos is not pleased at the fact that there is suddenly an enormous lizard creature with wings aboard the deck.
What is that?
Why is it here?
There is an enormous lizard creature on the deck.
One job on this ship.
And Romos doesn't look happy about it.
One job on this ship.
Twilight looks
High five
absolutely
across the world.
ecstatic about this giant lizard on the ship.
Say that again, Twilight. Sorry.
Twilight looks absolutely ecstatic that there's this giant lizard on the ship.
That tracks.
What does this giant lizard-like creature on the deck look like that Rolmos is not happy about?
It's a enormous lizard-like creature with a beak and wings. It's pink and black.
Where did this creature come from, Twilight?
I asked for it to be here.
You did
For
what
too
now?
long, y'all kept killing off my fantastic mounts that I rode gloriously into battle. And so finally, I have studied, I have tried, I have researched, I have worked excruciatingly hard, and I present to you Sirona.
She's yours,
This one is
Sirona.
not also named George.
No, y'all have a tendency to eliminate creatures that happen to have the surname of George.
I see.
They're tasty and they're good with ketchup. I'm just saying.
But this one is my Sirona.
And this is how you break Pinky.
Got him. his Sirona, and it looks like this.
What is that?
It's my Sirona.
Okay, for the record, my daughter is here and she's all excited because this is her coloring artwork and stuff like that. She's very, very excited.
Oh, amazing. That's fantastic.
Very good.
So she and I will do wonderful things, write legends, live the lore, and we'll ride gloriously into battle.
Romos
That-
will grumble. Next time, please warn us before we lose people overboard.
Glub glub.
I'm still beating her back, trying to get all the water out of her lungs.
I'm going to go up to Sirona. Excuse me, Sirona. So, can you fly? I see that you've got wings. Do you want to fly together?
She licks her eyeball.
Oh. Okay. Well, I can't really do that, but nice to meet you.
I give the go-ahead to Sirona if she does want to fly around the boat in the air, observe, or whatever she wants to get wind beneath her wings, she may do so.
Okay. She's going to look around at the situation, realize she's got it pretty good, and goes ahead and just curls up here on the deck.
That
And
makes sense.
Covet, you've been granted inspiration because of the nice artwork from your daughter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So,
She is beautiful.
as it curls up along the side of the ship. Ramos will rebalance things and order the ladies, your crew, to go below decks and shift the cargo to the other side in order to keep things vertical. Hopefully, your Serona stays on one side of the ship instead of going from side to side.
You can't play ball. Can't play fetch.
So, now that you have a mount, Twilight's Call, what else would you be doing with it?
Spend the day familiarizing myself with the Dragonelle,
Okay.
and learning anything I can.
All right. You go and take care of your new charge. Then we pan over to Covet Von Sin, who has just taken a bite of her dinner, and we are going to ask what she is doing on the ship today.
You will see her kind of off by herself, and she is sitting there. She's actually holding the pin, and you can tell that she's just mulling over things and
What pin?
looks at. What pin? What?
Yeah?
Don't do this.
I'm just wanting to establish this because some people have forgotten which pin we're talking about.
Okay, so Kashana's pin.
Okay, Kashana's pin. The pin that you were given by Leslie, your patron. Understood. Small silver pin with a black pearl. Understood. As you're sitting there
And-
looking at it, you can see the various captured souls within it.
This does not sit well with her at all. It's been causing her distress for quite some time. And she knows she needs to talk to Twilight about it. And Islaren and Kiki, but she needs to talk to Twilight first. So she stands and walks over to Twilight, who is probably looking quite lovingly at Serona, and says, can we have a chat?
Sure. While he continues to hum and to take care of his steed.
For those who have never seen a guy with a brand new sports car, that's kind of what we're expecting from Twilight at the moment, I believe. Correct?
Until he eventually discovers the look and outward personification of Covet, but it's going to be very much whether or not he becomes aware of the situation while he is very much distracted.
Understood. Can I get a perception check from Twilight's Call with disadvantage due to distraction?
So they both were a 21.
A 21. Excellent. You notice immediately that Covet needs your attention.
Because he is a dutiful husband and absolutely pays complete attention to the needs of his wife.
At all times, never failing, at any cost, whenever, at all times, he's aware of her situation.
Will immediately stop whatever he's doing and come to her rescue at the drop of a hat.
Wow, y'all got it thick today.
Covet, your loving husband turns to you concerned for your state of mind.
We probably need to take this a little bit more private. And no, it's not what you think. And she holds up the pin. .
Twilight is still visibly confused about not what he thinks.
Of course she is. She says, hello, we really gotta talk. And so she starts heading down towards their berth.
Okay.
He will excuse himself from his charge, tell Serena that he will be back later, and follows Covet.
Okay. Covet?
I head down to the berth, and I just sit at the foot of the bed and wait for Twilight to come in and close the door.
All right.
Got it.
As you're doing that, Kiki is going to be approaching Slarin and asking some questions.
Oh, well, I was just wondering what you were writing about. Because, all of your papers, I saw them go into the ocean.
Yes, I was. Well, I figured that I am to be an ambassador. I should understand the various people and places of the world and be helpful to have a more organized system to collect my thoughts on such matters.
Well, that's great. What can I do to help? What, you want to give me your thoughts, and I'll help you organize them?
I do not believe I need much help at this moment, but if I come up with something, I will let you know. Unless you are aware of various movers and shakers, so to speak, in Ryport or anywhere else I may not have met.
I don't know. The only one I really know is Master Ope. Do you know Master Ope?
I know of him.
Well, I mean, we could talk about him. I could tell you about him if you want.
Please do.
The Master Ope is the one who runs the Monastery of the Serene Waters. He's he's very wise. I don't know that he's a mover and shaker. He's not all that powerful, I don't think. He's an amazing monk. He's a good fighter. He taught me how to fight. But he's he probably would be a good person for us to maybe go talk to the next time we're there. Like, I'm not saying we need to change our direction. I'm just saying next time we're in town.
Understood.
But I don't know that I have a lot more to tell you, but I'm happy to just I'll wait here, and then you let me know if you need anything. You just go ahead and write. Organize yourself. Well, I'm gonna wait right here.
Okay. So we're going to pan the camera back down below the decks. We find Covet sitting on the side of the bed as Twilight opens the door. Twilight, you immediately know that you're supposed to come into the room, close the door, and lean against it.
So Twilight will enter the room, close the door, lean against it,
One job
and
on this
raise his
ship.
hand and rub his fingers through his hair, and then leave the hand on the back of the head.
And you do realize how glorious your hair is today. You may not mention it, but in your head, feeling good,
It's a good hair day.
of course. Covet?
And Twilight will sigh. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Twilight will sigh and said, I know I should have brought this up sooner, so I will go ahead and bring you up to speed.
Up to speed? Oh, okay. Okay. You go first.
I know you're probably going to ask me about where I went off by myself back at Nasha, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about.
I know I should have mentioned it sooner, but between getting the news that I got and the information and the activities and things, and then getting kidnapped by Captain Codfish or Sharkbait or whatever else, and then being upset and wanting to make him take a short walk with a long drop, and then all of the things back uh, in the protectorate, and then the bachelor parties and the tribunals, and I'm sorry, I just forgot to mention it.
Mention what?
I just told you.
Well, you told me that you did all sorts of things, but you didn't tell me what you forgot to mention.
Oh, I thought I put that detail in there.
No. What did you do, Twilight?
So I went to the temple.
You did? How did that go?
Well, I was concerned. I was stressed, especially with everything that had happened over in Australia and how we left Bloodsword to his untimely death and all the activities that had gone on. And so I was, I don't know, in a rare moment of needing guidance and direction.
And did MKL speak with you? Or was it a priest?
No, the priest kind of avoided me, which is understandable given the situations, but so I got this feeling of no longer being obligated. Wasn't a pull, there wasn't a requirement. It was a release, a feeling of calming, soothing. It was comforting. But then there was this, wasn't a command, but it was a goal, a instinct, a pursuit to end those of direct opposition to MKL for those that were a charge, I guess, a purpose of bringing the end to those whose time it is to meet MKL so that they can greet them. It was unique, but at the same time, it was a name that was presented.
A name? What do you mean, a name?
The one that I was to deliver was Angelson. And it was to deliver unto them the graceful grasp of MKL.
Nebula. Interesting.
Which I never thought the paths would align like that.
Well, is this what's going to make you free?
You broke
I
up.
lost you.
If repeat
Are
that.
you free? Are you free, or is this just a new task?
I'm free. It's no longer bound, no longer obligated, but encouraged and presented as an opportunity. one that aligns with my own. And I know I should have mentioned this sooner, and then I got distracted, and I do apologize for this, my love.
There's no apology necessary, and I'm glad you went to the temple, and I'm glad that you have that you've been that you have this new task, but you're free.
It's quite a liberating feeling. I'm not sure how I feel about this yet.
I have no words. But you actually heard MKL? I mean, you said it was a feeling, right?
Yeah. And I see that it's been eating you up inside, and I apologize. I know you knew something had
No,
happened, and you
no, it's
and
not
I
that.
and
It's not that. And um, this is hard to talk about, and I don't know. So she sits there and she does something that's not very ladylike, but it's only something that she would do um, in the presence of Twilight. It she because she's trying to figure out what's going through her head and everything, and the only person that she can truly be blunt and honest with is Twilight. Um, and
Twilight,
so
I apparently need you to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm kidding. Please continue.
okay. Um, so
good because
she
my roll was a 5.
so she sits back. She scoots to the middle of the bed and sits there and sits there actually crisscross applesauce in the middle of the bed, and she knows that she has to explain what's on her heart and her mind, and she's not very good at it. But Twilight knows this and knows that she might have to ramble a little bit to get to her point. So with that knowledge, she takes a deep breath and she holds the pen in her lap. And she takes a deep breath and looks at Twilight and says, last night I tried to talk to MKL again, and there was nothing. I prayed for guidance on what to do with this because it's so in contrast to everything that we are trying to do. The power is intoxicating, the power is there, but I'm so afraid of what it is. I have hardly used it, so why have it? But also, the souls are supposed to go to MKL and they don't. I think I just need to give it back, but at the same time, what'll Leslie do? And then what are you what's MKL gonna think? What are you gonna do? I don't know what to do. Help.
Twilight stands agape. Sounds like you need to find out where you want your path to go, and then seek to take steps to pursue that path.
I know that the pen is not in MKL's teaching at all. And I know that the souls need to go on to MKL. So, and if I take the pen to MKL, like to the temple, I could potentially end up angering Leslie, and I don't want to do that. So I'm thinking that I'm probably should give the pin back to Leslie and say thank you. No, thank you. I still want to protect the consortium. I still want to protect my friends. I still want to do further everything that we had discussed, just and protect you and everything. Just not with the pin. There's got to be another way.
Sounds like there's a conversation in your near future.
We're not on our way to Nausea yet. We were planning on
Do
going
you-
through.
Do you have
So
a
that-
way of contacting Leslie?
I do, but I think this is something that needs to be done face to face. Maybe we can stop in Nausea for the last bit of resupply while we're there. I talk to Leslie and hopefully find a temple and beg for forgiveness.
Sounds like you also need to talk with Slarin and Kiki then.
Yeah. I mean, not gonna lie. The diary's been helping. Help me sort through some thoughts.
What diary?
She she smiles and she's like, you know about the diary. That's enough. And
No, he doesn't.
he was in the room when she wrote in it in the
You
protectorate.
never showed him the diary. You've been in. He
Okay.
may be in the room, but that doesn't mean that he's paying attention to what you're writing. As a good, loving husband, he's letting you do your thing. Unless you show him, he doesn't know what's in there or what's going on. Communication is key.
Okay. She looks at him and realizes, no, he really doesn't know about the diary. So she
Probably will give her an eyebrow.
she explains that Islarin and Kiki had come to her very concerned about what some of my abilities were doing, and that to keep me on the straight and narrow, to keep me grounded or in the flowing waters, serene waters. She, that I need to meditate.
I have
and-
rushing waters.
No, and to meditate and to write down in a diary how I feel, and sometimes it can help you figure things out. So I've been doing that, and it helped me figure out that I am so far in the wrong direction of where I wanted to be that I've got to make some changes. So
We
Giving
can't
it-
do that for you.
exactly. So that's why I have to go to Nausea and talk to Leslie.
Well,
I just
unfortunately, I'm not steering this boat. Somebody else is upstairs. But that sounds like that's something that you're going to have to put through to them.
yeah. I'll go do that then. And she starts to scoot off the bed, and she stands up and goes up to Twilight and gives him a peck on the cheek and just says, thanks.
He will spin her, put her up against the door, and put a hand by her ear.
She yelps in a good way.
Does he loom?
For a few heartbeats, and then he'll let her go.
Okay. Is there any response from Covet as he has loomed, giving you the smolder?
She has no words. Nausea. Right. Nausea. And grasp for the doorknob.
You find
Still
it
looking at
near the small of your back.
and
He's
she's like,
looking handsome today.
she gives him a kiss and then reaches out the door.
As she closes the door behind her, Twilight, you got her.
And he'll say,
Coming once in, you run up from the thrill of Twilight's call being shut in the room to whatever his own devices might be. As you as you run up on deck, you see Eowyn in the doorway. Because of the commotion, he hasn't been able to sleep.
Sorry. Go to sleep.
Eowyn, you see Covet running down the hall.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. She stops short in her tracks real quick and she turns to Aowen and says, I know you're trying to sleep and I'm sorry. But a quick question. Do you need anything in like, oh, I don't know, Nausea? You need to go talk to the Blue Cloak or anything?
I don't believe so, but a visit won't hurt.
How's that whole thing with Basil going? Is that a good thing, bad thing, or you're still trying to figure that out?
It's been going well.
Good.
Did something land on the ship earlier?
Yeah. It was Twilight's new pet. Don't kill it.
Has it done any harm yet?
No, he just it's one of those things that he can call back, apparently. Interesting. It's a lizard-ish kind of thing. Kind of cute. But yeah, they had to totally reposition things on the ship down in this cargo hold. So yeah, we just got to make sure
Whoa.
that thing stays still.
Well, despite its inconvenience, if it hasn't posed a threat, then I see no reason to kill it.
Well, that's good. Let's just hope it stays that way. Well, I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna head back up on deck and go talk to Islarin and Kiki real quick. So,
Okay.
sorry for waking you up.
I'm awake now. I might as well go on deck as well.
Oh, okay. Just try to get some rest later, because we got a long trip ahead of us. Oh yeah, this thing has a name. It's called Serona. So yeah, I'll show you Serona, and then I gotta go see Kiki and Islarn.
Is it urgent?
Seeing them? Or yeah, it's kind of urgent, unfortunately. I just want to I want to chat with them, so if things need to move, if we need to make a stop, we can.
If it's urgent, I think you should prioritize that over introducing me to Twilight's new pet.
Okay. All right. Well, I can do that then. I'll see you up there then, okay?
I'll see you.
And Covet turns and continues to head towards the decks.
Okay. You come up on deck and you see Ayla Taylor enjoying life and trying to dry off.
Which she is doing pretty quickly because it's a nice sunny day.
Wow.
Off to the... As a question, Ayla, are you fully dressed while drying off, or how are you drying off?
Fully dressed. Everything seems to be drying pretty well because of the nice sunshine and everything. So
Okay. Cool. So, you see Covet coming up looking concerned.
Right. I'm going to say, oh, Covet, I know you probably have something on your mind, but I just wanted to thank you for helping to pull Islaren and I in. That was kind of a scary situation.
It may have looked scary, but I promise you, Islaren was making you guys look amazing. Like the whole skiing situation, that was really awesome. But yeah, try not to fall overboard again. That's
Well,
not fun.
it wasn't my plan, but
Oh, never is.
Rona just kind of got us.
For sure. Yeah, no worries. Are you drying off okay? You good? Need a towel?
No, I'm fine, fine. In fact, my hair is beginning to look really good. The salt water out here must be good for it.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Well, I'll leave you two drying off then. And she looks for Islaren and Kiki.
Okay. You easily see Islaren and Kiki off to the side. Kiki seems to be supervising or assisting in recollection.
Kiki's like the little brother that's poking you in the side, asking when you're going to be done with your homework. He's hoping that Islaren will spar with him. So
Such horrible.
Islaren is... Yeah, I've been there. But Islaren is doing her best to politely say later, but not now.
all right, okay, I'll just wait right here. And he'll Kiki's gonna cross his legs in a meditation pose and sit and just sit next to Islaren quietly.
Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done yet?
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Seeing the tension that is in Islaren's face.
There's no tension.
She no tension? No tension?
No tension.
Oh, that of the consummate ambassador.
He's got more patience than I do.
Covet will walk up to the two and ask, you two have a minute? We can chat?
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Islaren's pretty busy. She's writing her in her journal, but I'm free.
Well, it kind of
Right while talking.
say that again. I'm sorry, you broke in and out.
I said I can write while talking.
Okay, so Covet sits down in front of them, crisscross applesauce, much like what Kiki had taught her, because that is not something that she would learn in the courts of Ashelium. And it's still a little awkward because she's in front of other people, but she knows that with these two, she can be a little bit more of her true self, but it's still hard. And she looks around, and I have affectionately started calling them the Fantastic Four. Are they around?
Yeah, they're around. They're up in the rigging and balancing things out. They're basically helping drive the ship. They're not
Okay.
fondling or being affectionate to Shakik. They are working. That's why they're on the ship, is to work.
Okay, cool.
And
So,
for the record, Kiki, would you affirm?
We want them to sail the ship too.
Right. Kiki, would you affirm that they are indeed fantastic?
I swear and affirm that they are indeed fantastic.
So, from now on, hereby, the crew of the Manigath's Might shall be known as the Fantastic Four. That was easy.
How exciting that is. I love this so much. Oh my god. Something I've said is now canon.
So
Islard?
I have a question.
Yes.
So, given the color of Islarin's armor, and given
Yep.
that she
Uh-huh.
was just riding the waves, does that make her the Silver Surfer?
I believe so.
Oh my god.
I mean, she was surfing earlier today.
Right.
Amazing.
I love how this is going. This makes me so happy. The little nerd inside me is screaming.
It's okay. With as embarrassed as Covet is right now, she wishes she was invisible.
Eh.
Yeah.
So, so realizing that the Fantastic Four is not around. Well, they are around. They're just busy.
They're
and
not
paying attention.
engaging with you guys, correct?
Yeah. And she looks at Romos, and he's obviously paying attention to what he's doing.
Occasionally stealing glances at Islarin, of course.
As he should. Hello, newlywed.
Hello, Islarin.
She.
Doesn't matter, newlywed, frankly.
Yeah, true. True. She pulls the pen out and is just like, I know that you guys have voiced concerns over this, and so have I. And I think that I know I'm not in balance. And balance is something that is very near and dear to my heart. This goes against everything that I believe. Everyone should have a final death and go on to MKL, and this is preventing it. So, if we could we make a stop in Nausea? There's some things I need to do there. I need to see Leslie, and I need to go to the temple of MKL. I think I'm going to give up the pen.
I mean, are you sure? I know it's super powerful, but yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. It just doesn't. It goes against everything, and that's the whole reason why I haven't really used it. I'm not comfortable with what it means for the souls, and the souls that are in there. It's not okay. They need to go on. They need to have their final journey, and I don't want to just give it to MKL, because if I do that, then I will probably be paced thanks to Leslie. So I'm going to give it back to her. And therefore, it's not going to be in my hands anymore. But I know that I still need to go and talk to MKL at the temple for forgiveness and figure out what I need to do. It's just not right. I can't do this anymore. Not like that. I still want to learn. I still want her to be my patron, but not like this. Everything that we have discussed and everything is still in line with what we want to do long term, and I just think that it's better if I not compromise myself this way anymore. And I think that if I give it up, I'll be a little bit more of myself too. What do you think?
Soren doesn't even say anything. She just wraps Covet up in a hug.
Covet does everything she can not to cry, because that's not what Fae do.
Roll a
Not
wisdom saving throw,
Covet.
please. Because sometimes emotions overwhelm us. So with the 21, you're able to keep your composure like you were trained.
This is a good decision, Coven. I am proud of you for making it.
I just hope it's the right one. Just do me a favor. If Leslie turns me into paste, can you kind of scrape me up and just get me back to Twilight? That'd be great.
Leslie,
I agree with this, Lauren. I think this is the right decision for you. I think you were losing yourself. And what does it matter if you're making your goals if you lose yourself in the bargain?
Exactly. I've been compromising myself way too much with this, so maybe there's another way. I just can't keep the pin. And I hope that MKL can forgive me too. We'll just see what happens. I'm just trying to make things right. So, Nausha?
That's where we need to go. I agree with that.
And Kevet looks at his Lauren.
Zara nods. Nads. If Leslie brings any harm to you, it will be repaid to her tenfold.
Kevet smiles and nods appreciatively and says, I hope it doesn't come to that, but if it does, I'm glad you're on my side. So, would you like to tell your husband that we're changing course?
Wow, what a deflection. She's not going to do it. She's going to make you do it.
I was going to ask if you wished me to broach the subject to him.
Well, I mean, he is looking quite lovingly at you, and I don't think he'd actually notice that I'm on the deck at this point. So, yeah, do you mind?
Dale.
How much would you like me to tell him?
We say Dale.
Is Twilight singing to the new lizard-like creature that's on the deck?
Daylight come out.
It certainly looks like it. Oh gosh. What a rendition. Oh my goodness. She shakes her head and she looks back at us, Lauren, and says, tell him what he needs to know, but keep Leslie's name out of it. That is one thing that she was very adamant about it. But don't tell him why we have to go back. Just say that there's pressing issues. Thank you. There are pressing issues that need to be attended to by certain members of the crew. Crew? Passengers? What are we?
We're family.
Ohana means family.
Shouldn't it be crew?
No, that's what's up there messing with the Kiki nest. Or at least fluffing the feathers.
The crew's the Fantastic Four. So what are we? Ohana. Ohana means family. Nobody gets left behind.
You do that a lot better than I do.
You're welcome. Ouch. Okay.
I'll get up
like I said,
and
go for it.
and I'll go approach Rolmos.
All right, you go to approach Rolmos. Awesome. As you approach him, he is looking at you and smiles as you approach. My lady,
My lord.
are you dry now?
Mostly.
He smiles. How can I help you? As he wants a kiss, but isn't going to make any move to do so.
Well, it has come to my attention that before we make our way to the Carrarial Islands, we may need to make a stop in Nausea.
Strange, but so be it. Is there an emergency?
A time-sensitive situation,
So be it.
as far as I'm aware.
Let us go full speed. The girls up in the rigging will move quickly. They will drop extra sails. The ship will lurch forward, and you've never been aboard a ship that goes this fast. As you wish, my lady.
Enjoy how you say "as you wish."
The ship turns and cuts straight southwards. You're on your way towards Nausea.
I'm just saying, out of character, the whole "as you wish" thing. Ah,
It's been a while since I've watched The Princess Bride. I need to rewatch that sometime.
oh, that is so
Favorite
fantastic.
movie of
Oh
all
my
time.
god, I love that movie.
Great movie, great.
Oh my goodness, all the quotes will now be happening in this session. I'm just saying. Very good.
Arguably the only truly perfect movie.
Yeah.
So when Kiki and I spar, we'll need to do it left-handed, of course.
And then right, because you're both lying.
But
Unless he is right-handed.
Ramos is going to ask you, Islar, before you leave, would you like to drive?
I would not mind.
He
And
steps
you
to
need-
the side while holding onto the wheel still.
May need a little blessing of good luck, she says as she turns her face toward him and basically asking for a kiss.
He gives you a deep kiss and places your hand on the wheel. Stepping behind you, he holds his hands on yours. Your hair flowing in the wind behind you. You insert the camera shot.
It's straight out of Hallmark.
And you guys can sail southwards. And Kiki can wait on sparring for now.
Covet is sitting next to Kiki, and we're staring at this, going, "This is unreal."
Daylight home, man. We wanna go home.
And when you say that, you mean everything, right? Because it's all a little surreal here.
The illusion is shattered as you look over to Twilight's Call, scratching a lizard.
And that tracks completely.
Cool. So, after a while, Ramos will allow Islarin to leave, or he will try to get Twilight's attention. We're going to roll 1d2. 1d2. So, he's going to continue sailing the ship, and Islarin is free to go about doing her thing.
I just want to go find Kiki to spar now.
Okay. So, you guys can go ahead and do your ship combat and dance around the deck, participating in martial training. After a little while, the sails will be set up the way they should be for straight cruising, and the ladies up in the rigging will watch Kiki with admiration. After all, they're only as fantastic as he is.
You ladies are fantastic. All four.
So, you guys can sail for the rest of the day. Is there anything you guys would like to do today before the end of the day? Nope. Okay.
I look to see if I have ingredients for iocane powder.
You do not have ingredients for iocane powder. Nice try.
I have the recipe.
Yes, but you do not have the ingredients.
She looks. I didn't make it. She just looks.
Uh-huh. A couple of ships will be sailing by in the distance. All of them roll up a whole bunch of flags.
I see a whole bunch of ships in the distance, and they're rolling up a bunch of flags.
Did they say anything?
What kind of flags?
There's small flags. There's about 2 feet wide, and you can see them from a distance. They're very colorful.
Do they mean anything in particular?
Roll a history check, please.
I'll help you because I'm proficient.
Okay.
Put it with it. Okay. That's
I
necessary.
think I got it.
Awesome. You did get it. So, I'm going to go ahead and put this in Discord for you guys because this is fun. The flags look like this. Tossing this in Discord for the S Against the Gods group. There you guys go. And for Ayla's benefit, there you go. Does that make sense?
Where did you send that second one? She's having a hard time.
I sent it in roll 20 for her.
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay. And I'll also put this in Discord for you guys.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a lot different. Hey guys, is Lauren and Romos, all those ships are telling you congratulations. I'm assuming the word of your wedding has traveled.
Ramos will speak out. Of course! After all, the flagship of the Protectorate is sailing by. We'll be known by anyone who sees us.
I think that's really neat.
Any Protectorate vessel that does not fly colors or acknowledge us will be sunk.
Yeah, but there's semaphore flags are telling you congratulations on your nuptials, so I think that's pretty terrific.
Indeed. To be married to such a beautiful woman is an honor.
Welcome to the club.
Aw.
Thank you, Twilight. You are quite the privileged man as well.
Concur.
and he will give you a fist bump, awkwardly.
It will be returned, and then he goes back to taking care of his dragon.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So that means Covet and Sloan are both married, right?
Yep, Covet and Islarin are both married.
Does that make the last three of us third wheels?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
Oh,
Does it make me, Ayla, and Chi-Chi third wheels?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You guys are third wheels. Absolutely.
Kiki's got the Fantastic Four. That's what you're saying, anyway.
Kiki's just the spare truck.
It's not third wheel, it's tag along.
I think that Eowyn is a wingman as opposed to a tag-along.
I like
If
wingman
you've got
though.
if you got two
Kiki's
third
the
wheels,
wingman.
then that means that they're a third and fourth wheel. Four wheels is balance each other out.
Oh, y'all are so awesome. I'm
See,
sitting over here
Kiki's the wingman.
I mean, you do kind of have to give that to him.
I mean, I'd be concerned if he wasn't the wingman.
For real.
But does
this
Kiki have decent wingspan?
Oh,
According to the Fantastic Fours, yep. I love his smile. You guys can't see it on the camera, but my goodness, he's smiling big.
I think Ayla failed her dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. So,
wingspan's important.
as you guys sail southwards, it's going to take you only 3 days to reach Nausea at this speed, as opposed to the 7 it took you to get to the Night Spire. Is there anything you guys would like to do during the 3 days of travel?
I'm
Go for it, Islaren. Sorry.
I'm gonna do a lot of work day and spend a lot of time with Ramos.
You're going to spend a lot of time with Ramos, okay?
We'll continue to read the Weasel in the Meat Locker. I should be moving from version of book 2 to book 3.
Okay. That's, I think that one's the, Minx in the Hen House is the second one in the trilogy.
Ooh, I wonder if they got coat care in there.
Yep.
I continue to teach Kiki how to speak Sylvan.
Awesome. Cool. And at night, Rolmos will attempt to make Islarian more comfortable with the motion of the ocean.
Those waters are not serene.
Those waters are not serene.
He'll demonstrate quite how comfortable he already is with it.
Excellent.
If Lauren's got her sea legs, I think that's probably true.
Rolmos absolutely sees legs. All right. So,
I'm going to continue reading my latest cookbook. And it's on how to create masterpiece meals using seafood.
awesome. Cool.
GM,
Yes, sir.
when we're about a day's travel out,
Yes, sir.
after the conversation that Twilight had with Covet, and the concerns that she had with which resulted in this recent deviation of travel. He's actually going to use his divination, and the question he's going to ask is, what can he do to assist his wife with her path?
Ooh. Divination, huh? Let me get the exact wording of the spell here. So, the spell puts you in contact with a god or a god's servants. You ask one question about a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. All right, I have to offer a truthful reply, which might be a short phrase or cryptic rhyme. The spell doesn't account for circumstances that might change, blah, 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 blah. All right, so, and it was how best to support your wife.
It was, how can I assist or enable for her to achieve the correct path?
Interesting. You will receive the response. The correct path is that which she chooses for herself. Listen, support, accept, encourage. Provide security and be what she needs.
Well played.
And then, on the last day before you guys arrive at Nausha, you guys will hear a loud boom. And the ship is going to be rocked sideways. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Not
As a
again.
rush of wind comes crushing across the deck.
Poor Ayla keeps wandering, going into the water. Well, I'm with you.
Gosh.
Holy crap.
So, Ayla and Kiki have both gone blasted into the water by whatever wind that was. Kiki clear from the crow's nest, the Kiki's nest, into the sea. Awen, can I get your dexterity saving throw, please?
I
It was
re-rolled it.
22.
Oh, 22. You're fine.
Both
Awesome.
of us were 22.
Excellent. So, Twilight's Call got a 19. Excellent. So you guys are fine. However, Ayla and Kiki have gone to the sea. You guys know
Ayla,
the
what the hell
drill here.
happened?
There's a line
Twilight will
thrown to
throw
you
a rope
guys.
as he is practiced in this regard, and will attempt to attach to the side of the ship as well.
All right. You guys can go through the motions again of getting your crew back on board the ship.
I'm going to grab Ayla and I'm going to dimension door us back on board.
Awesome. The line is dragging in the water.
Twilight will scowl and then begin to retrieve the rope.
Oh, sorry about that. Thanks for throwing the line in.
Do appreciate that. Now I got to draw off again.
Can you avoid being thrown in the water, please?
Ayla, you're all wet. Kiki, you look like a bird out of water.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little waterlogged.
Just out of curiosity, I've seen owls where they're just absolutely soaked and their fur, their feathers are like
Yes, because
plastered
owls
to
have
their
fur.
skin. I said feathers are like plastered to their skin.
They're pitiful.
They're pitiful
Yeah.
looking. Is this what he looks like at the moment?
Yeah, his eyes are this big compared to his head, which is now like all the feathers are just plastered against his skull.
You stand and shake like birds do when they come water off of them.
He goes,
Maybe I should try
freaking
that.
feathers.
Okay.
Maybe the Fantastic Four can give him a blowout to help him dry off.
Oh, I'm sure
Oh
they
my
can give him a
God.
blow. Yeah.
Where did the noise come from? Where did the big loud boom come from?
You look around, you do not see the source of it.
I do not see the source of the big boom.
One job on this ship.
Nor the wind.
What direction were we knocked into the water? Because it had to have
You
come
were
from the
knocked northwards.
If you were knocked northwards, yeah,
It's
it
coming
had to
up
have
from
come
the
from the
south.
south.
Yeah, it should have been from us.
From Nausta?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Could it be those weirdo people again?
Could it have been the Joseph side? I don't know. Would they have anything that could do that?
Is there any
And we
damage?
don't
to
see
the
any
ship?
ships.
You see no ships.
Is there any damage to our ship?
A couple of the ropes got snapped on the sails, but the Fantastic Four are fixing them.
You ladies are amazing. So good with your hands. Well, you know that.
Kiki, as you watch them performing their tasks, you know exactly how well they can tie knots.
I was
I love this
familiar with
so
rope
much.
and other utilizations.
They're good with ropes, let me just tell you.
That's amazing on so many levels. I just can't even tell you.
The innuendos in this group, guys, seriously. The implications, the implied things.
Hey,
It's
why we
completely
didn't
PG. Like, we're on Disney levels of content.
Yeah.
However, it is Disney levels of content for adults. Those who know. Go
Yeah.
watch The Lion King again, guys.
I'm up there. I'm up there with Encanto. Let me just tell you, all of those jokes in there are like a thing.
Twilight is actually interested in their ability to tie knots and pays attention.
Understood.
For the record, I've been quoting everything that's been said.
So great. Now people will see, wow, this is the group that really screwed up this kid. Sorry, guys.
By the way, happy belated birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yes,
Happy birthday.
It's much appreciated.
So, the next day, you guys will pull in to Nausea. However, before you do so, there's something obviously different.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
Oh, there's something obviously different at Nausea.
One job on
I
this ship.
can't tell what it is. It all
what is
looks
with
good
the
to me.
dragons in this place?
Wait, there's a dragon?
Who's the dragon?
I don't
You've never seen
remember
this
leaving a
dragon before.
yet.
Oh, great. Anybody speak Draconic?
Do you guys
I
want to
do
bring your ship into the dock? Because Rolmos is going to be hesitant.
Is it attacking Nausea?
No, it's standing there. Please roll a perception check. Awesome. So,
I got 15.
okay.
I am got a
So,
perfect score. Nat
You
20.
guys look at the dragon. Ayla's got a 25. You guys look at the dragon. It seems to be just standing there. Not resting, but ready. On the far side of the dragon, away from the docks, you can see the blue cloaks assembled 50 feet away from the dragon. They have weapons still sheathed and are milling about, cautiously watching. The dragon is paying attention to various people that are walking by, but not attacking or engaging.
It looks pretty safe actually. Even the blue cloaks are not messing with it. Like they're milling around, keeping an eye on it, of course.
You guys watch
Is there a
as
reason why?
a gold dragonborn steps out of the crowd and approaches the dragon. As he does so, he bursts into flames. The dragon did nothing, but after he bursts into flames, the blue cloaks pull him backwards away from the dragon and extinguish him. The smoldering individual coughs and recovers.
I think they broke his smolder.
Talk about smoldering look.
Eowyn, the blue cloaks are your friends. Maybe you could ask them what's going on. They seem to know what's going on here.
Is there a reason they're as far back as they are?
Do you guys want to pull your ship in?
May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
May I take a moment?
Go ahead, Eowyn.
I think it's best we don't go too close to this dragon or within the vicinity of it.
Concur.
I agree. It's just, so should we wait? How do you say it, Isarn? Weigh anchor here? And then take a
Thingy?
well, is that what that's called? A dinghy? Teeny tiny boat over?
No, it's
I think
her name's Serona. That's what I would ride. I wouldn't. Why would we get the dinghy?
Because
that
we
would
all can't
be
fit
wise.
on Serona.
Say that again, Isarn. I'm sorry.
I said covet. I think that would be wise.
Okay.
Romos, are we equipped to do so?
Of course, my lady. And he will signal to the Fantastic Four to drop anchor. Weighing anchor is when you lift it. Just,
Okay.
yeah, think about how you weigh something as you lift it up. You drop anchor in order to lower it.
Anchors away.
Yeah.
The player knows, the character doesn't.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah. So,
Jumping through the hoops.
Yep, I know. We're good.
All right, so you guys hear the splash of the anchor go down, and the flagship of the Shinozen Protectorate has now parked in the Nausha Harbor. You guys can get aboard a skiff, a little dinghy, and prepare to head to shore. However, Twilight's call, will you be joining them in the dinghy, or will you not?
I will not. I will actually ride Serona.
Okay. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for Serona.
I question whether you should bring another dragon into this dragon's presence until we know more.
Wisdom is 13, so that's a +1.
Okay. So with a 19, yeah.
19.
Your Dragonelle is terrified of going up into the air right now. It'll fly skimming the water to the shoreline, and the large dragon will watch as you do so. As you approach, you didn't realize how long this dragon really is. It's 150 feet long. Its wings extend outwards a good 400 feet.
Kiki, I think he's got you beat in wingspan.
He does have some pretty big wings there.
It's not about the size, it's about how you use it.
He looks like he knows how to use it.
Also true. Also true.
So as you guys approach, you guys come in. Do you want to come in next to the dragon? Or do you want to be away from the dragon?
Away from the dragon.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys can get near the docks and park yourself. Guys, get onto the docks. Tie up your little boat. What are you be doing?
Eowyn, do you want to lead the way here?
I want to find Ronaldo's.
You want to find
How
Ronaldus?
how do you properly pronounce his name? Because I always call him Basil.
Yep, it's Ronaldus Basil.
Okay.
But you can call him Basil. He accepts it. as you come up to
I mean, you
Ronaldus,
shouldn't have it planned as a name if you didn't want to be mistaken.
for the record, people in Europe call it basil as opposed to basil.
They do. And cilantro is not cilantro, it's coriander.
Right. There are many other names for
Two
different
different
spices.
things in the States.
Yep.
It's two different things.
Is named after a spice.
Yeah. So, as you approach, Ronaldus looks at you and gestures to meet him a little bit away from the dragon itself. You're able to make your way over to where he designates, and he approaches you. Sir Twilight, Sir Eowyn, welcome. What do you think of
What
this?
Well, I came here to ask what you think of it, since you barely got back. We're now aware of what's going on.
Well, this magnificent creature, it does not appear to be threatening the city, so we have not attacked. It arrived yesterday with a rider. The rider descended and has gone to that hive of scum, the consortium, and has been there ever since. You just missed another group of people who questioned the Blue Cloaks. They attempted to be foolish and sent one of their dragonborn friends to talk to the dragon. Apparently, the dragon is not one for conversation.
Has anyone spoken to the writer?
Not that I'm aware of. He came ashore and went directly to the consortium, leaving this magnificent entity here, I assume, as a point of withdrawal.
What is the withdrawal?
Oh, the withdrawal? A way to escape. I sincerely hope that we do not have to fight it, because, Sir Eowyn, I believe that we would fail.
Why do you believe that?
Because it has intense heat all around it. This is as close as we can get. Any closer. And he takes a handkerchief out of his pocket and throws it forward. As it goes 5 feet forward, the handkerchief ignites in midair and never touches the ground.
That's hot.
You don't think now is the time for that?
I was just stating the obvious.
And Twilight is rubbing off on you, isn't he?
Is he? Yeah, I'm leaving that one alone.
Anyways, is there a reason you would need to approach? Is
Not
it in
unless
the
we
way?
need to attack. Should we need to defend the city, we will. Our very lives, you know that. But what are these allies of yours? I trust you're protecting them and guiding them. After all, people like them need guidance from intelligent, wise people like you and I.
Oh,
I'm gonna punch the pillow. Ronaldus Basil Pillow will be hitting the website again soon. Just saying.
Amazing.
Yay!
I don't think we plan to stay here long. It was more so an emergency stop.
Understood. Well, if you need our assistance, you know we have your back. Thank you, Sir Eowyn. We will remain here and guard the dragon and ensure it does not destroy the city.
May I try approaching the dragon?
At your own peril.
I won't get too close, just within the vicinity that things have been burning up in flames.
Okay. So you want to step forward towards the dragon?
Yeah.
All right. As you take one step forward, you are going to suffer fire damage to the tune of 48 fire damage.
Oh my God.
Are you resistant?
I believe I was given some armor that should help with this a while back.
Yep. The 3D armor, I believe.
Be immune to fire damage with that.
Are you immune to fire damage?
I'm not sure where I would check that.
I'm
It would be
pulling
under
up your character.
defenses.
It should be under resistances up near the top. Pulling up your character sheet right now. So, as Eowyn steps forward. Where's that armor? That armor's not on your character sheet right now.
It's supposed to be. I might have forgotten to add it.
Yeah, let me get that added for you here. It should be the 3D chain. All right, there we go. The 3D chain makes you immune to fire damage, so you just walk forward, ignoring the 48 fire damage.
Cool.
It's next level. That's so cool.
Okay. Does the dragon actually appear harmless? Does it seem to be waiting?
It looks down at you, curious at your current situation. Someone who is worthy. Greetings, small one. Ronaldus' eyes are like saucers watching you walk forward. He's going to back away. The dragon speaks once again. I greet you. What is your name?
I would like to answer that, but first, would you be able to provide your name?
My name is Kydron. They refer to me as the Skybreaker.
Okay. My name is Eowyn. I'm part of the Blue Cloaks.
The children of Nausha.
Is there somewhere else you can wait? I am concerned for the safety of others.
I will not harm the children of Nausha unless they approach me. I have no ill will to your city at this time. There is nowhere nearby that I can wait, save for here, without destroying the ecology of your bay.
I understand. And is there a reason you know of why you're here?
I was bidden here by my friend. He is performing business within your city.
Did he tell you, or did you overhear what kind of business it was?
He is a member of the Lost Lore Company. I am their ally. He sought an audience with members of the consortium and has come here from far away.
Who is your friend, if you don't mind me asking?
My friend's name is Lucian Stain. And I will put his name in chat for you guys here.
And is what Ronaldo said true? Would we be able to find him in the consortium?
I believe so. That is what he told me. Lucian Stain does not deceive me.
Okay, thank you for the information.
The dragon nods at you with respect. And watches. Do you leave?
I will. Actually, I have one more question.
Yes, child of Nausha.
Do you know if Lucen is looking for anyone?
I believe that Lucian Stain is performing his own business. You would need to ask him.
I understand. Aeon will give a brief nod back for respect and then walk away.
As you walk away, you walk right out of the fire. The aura around this dragon is so intense that the amount of time you spent in there would have reduced anyone else in this city to a cinder.
Good job, Aowen.
Evan looks at Aowen
That was
with a
impressive.
little bit of pride.
Where do you wish to head first? Do you want to go to Stortium to find him?
Well, we were going there anyway, so might as well, right? Said that first.
Is there a back way we could go so we don't have to walk close to him?
Or can we get around him without getting close to him?
Anyone knows. Anyone's got paths. Anyone grew up in this area. Anyone knows everything about this city. So yeah, you guys can find a path to the Lockstars Consortium. Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Anyone, do you guide them there?
Yes, I'll guide them there.
All right. As you guys come to the long, low brown building with a silver sign outside that says "Adventurers Welcome," you guys can come right inside. And as you do so, Brad comes running up. Welcome back. We got chicken and waffles today. Got fried chicken, Belgian waffles, got honey, syrup, brown sugar, pecans, sugared walnuts. Anything you need? Milk, juice,
Steak
Ale,
and
stay
ale,
up.
please.
steak and eggs. Be right back. And he goes running off.
Mimosa.
Did I hear ketchup? He turns and frowns.
No, I said mimosa.
Make that
Oh,
two.
mimosas. He
Mimosas.
smiles.
He smiles.
Indeed. And he turns around and somehow, just by spinning around, he has two mimosas in his hands and he puts one in each of yours.
Yes. Thank you. This is my last drink before I turn into paste. Okay, thanks.
He
Let's
runs
go.
into the kitchen. As go ahead.
Go for it. You started.
He comes running back out with a steak, potatoes, an entire pile of corn, and sits it on the table next to Twilight before he's even sat down.
Perfect. You're the best. I'll toss the
Absolutely.
coin to him.
He
Brad, you're
catches it.
amazing.
Thank you very much. And is there anything else I can get for you? No? All right. Be right back. And he runs off.
Have it. Puts the her mimosa on the table. She takes a small sip of it, just to steel her nerves a little bit, and says, "I'm gonna come back for this, and if when I come back, just know that if I order pizza and sushi, it's a good thing."
Do you want me to go with you?
Yeah. Just I hope she knows I don't want you to look at her boobs. Okay, let's go.
You want to go with your bowl?
Yeah. Just know that this is something that I also have to talk to her about. Just more what I'm saying is I need moral support.
Is there a signal that we should be watching for if you're in trouble?
If I'm in trouble, then I'm already paced. So, if you see Islauren coming down the stairs going, ah, then that's probably the signal.
That's a good signal. That's a strong one.
All right.
Okay.
So going upstairs.
Yeah.
Awesome. As you come up the stairs, you look at the desk that's there. That usually has Kerfex. No one's
Is it a
there.
bigger desk? Is it a bigger desk?
It is a bigger desk, but the desk is clean. There are no papers, no pens. The desk is clean. The chair is tucked in, and there is no sign of Kerfex at the desk.
Where's Kerfax?
I am suffering from the same lack of information that you are, my dear.
It's more of just, it's weird. He's usually at this really teeny tiny table in this really teeny tiny hall, and he is really, really big. So
You look down the
I
hall. It seems longer than it used to.
yeah, it just
And
seems.
it's silent.
Oh, I don't like this. This is foreboding. All right. She doesn't say that out loud. That's more internal. But what you see on her face is what you would see of that of any noble woman. She has slipped on that mask and steels her shoulders, steals her nerves, takes a slight breath, and
And a gold dragonborn comes running down the hall, down the stairs, past you guys, and into the tavern below.
well, I was ready. Now I'm questioning it. Holy smoke. Was he on fire?
Nobody smelled like burnt.
Was that the one that caught fire?
Yes.
I think he was a little well done.
Charred. Ugh. Um, okay, so she feels her nerves again. Looks warily down the hall to make sure nobody else is running down the hall. And then takes a step forward, walking towards Leslie's office.
Okay. As you come
Casting
to
bless on all three of us as we
casting
before
bless. All right.
And can I have performance enhancing abilities as well?
You don't need any performance enhancement abilities. You are perfect just the way you are.
Oh, good line.
You're so sweet. She gives him a kiss on the cheek and she's like, now cast a spell, please.
Are you wanting charisma? Are you wanting intelligence? Are you wanting wisdom? Dexterity? You want strength of bull?
Can I actually see the spell itself?
You get an advantage on
link
one
it.
stat you want.
I can't link right now with my current setup.
Yeah. It's okay.
Okay.
You get advantage on one ability check. Which ability would you like it?
Let's do intelligence
Okay. Cool.
because that's my lower of the stats.
So you feel
So you will
smarter.
get Fox's cunning.
Thank you, Miss Lauren.
So
Okay.
I will touch covet and give her her desired performance enhancement.
Where
She
do you
feels
touch
smart.
covet?
Well,
Stop that eye look.
because-
You know that I had to ask that question.
Because of her apprehension, this will be a caress of the cheek to cup the ear with the fingers behind the head.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that tracks.
All right. So as you reassure your wife, you guys ready to walk down the hall?
Yep.
All right. As you come down the hall, you can feel the temperature get much colder as you approach the door.
It's much colder.
Got one job on this ship.
Really? How can you tell?
I'm not
When did
dyslexic.
Nashra get all these microclimates?
Oh. She stops in front of the door
Okay.
and raises her hand to knock, but hesitates for a second.
You hear from within, "Come in, Covet."
She opens the door and walks in.
Welcome back.
Hi, how are you?
Better now that you're here. You brought your friends.
Yes. I have a question. Well, it's... And she just pulls out the pen, Kashana's pen, and she holds it in her hand.
Perhaps we should have this conversation in private.
I would prefer to have them here, but if it is for the protection of this and our goals, then I understand.
As per our contract, it is best for them to leave the room.
She turns and looks at Islara and looks at Twilight and just nods.
If you are certain.
I am.
By your leave.
I'm going to use my channel divinity. Watcher's Will, give her advantage on any mental saving throws over the next minute, just in case.
Sure.
We'll exit.
Cool.
Thank you.
That'll last 60 seconds.
Okay, I gotta be fast.
As the door closes, we'll start it as soon as the door clicks closed. Cool?
Sounds good.
That's about as good as I can do for you.
All right. So tell me when it closes, because that's when I'm going to start my timer.
The door clicks closed, and she looks at you. Now, what was your concern?
I have been doing a lot of thinking, and the way I grew up, it does not go in. This pen does not go in line with what I believe. The souls are supposed to go to MKL, but instead they're trapped here or go to you. And I still want to uphold our bargain. I still want to uphold the contract. I still want to help the consortium, my friends, protection further along our ultimate goals. But to keep the pen compromises myself. And I know that you don't want me to do that either. Our goals are still in alignment. But I can't keep the pen.
Really?
Not if I don't have the ability to send the souls on to MKL. If they get sent to you, it's not what I believe is right, unfortunately. I know that you agree that I have a choice and I can make my own decisions, which is why you gave me the powers in the contract to do what I feel is necessary, and I believe that this is it.
She's going to slowly stand. And as she traces her finger along a dagger that is resting on her desk, she comes around the desk towards you, leaving the dagger there. She reaches out for your hand where you're holding the pin. She places her hand under yours. My dear Covet, you've grown so much. I'm proud of you for realizing that the temptation was there to corrupt you. This was to test you, to see if you would draw a line in the sand that you would not cross. When you send the souls to me, I deliver them to the afterlife. The pin is a temptation to see if you are weak, to test your will using power. What limits of temptation would you be willing to go to? Would you be forced to claim power for power's sake and then destroy that which you sought to protect? This pin would lead you to that, given all lack of discretion. The fact that you have brought it to me and returned it means that you've passed the test. You have remained true to who you are and are not susceptible to the temptations of power. Well done. And she takes the pin from your hand.
Have drops her hand, after she takes the pin, after Leslie takes the pin from her, and she drops her hand and she says, "Well, this is one heck of a test, that's for certain. That thing is powerful, and the power in itself is intoxicating."
Indeed.
It's
And she's going to look at it, and she holds her other hand near the pearl, and black energy swirls around it, and the souls begin leaking out of it across the floor and disappearing around your feet. Oh dear. You nearly had it burst. It is both a test and a safeguard. Used too many times, it consumes the wielder. It is a trap for those who are weak-minded.
I'm only sorry it took me so long to realize it.
As am I. The dagger you carry with you as well. May I have it?
And she hands over the dagger.
She takes it from you. Please remove it from your character sheet. Both of these. These were leashes for your power. Leashes for who you are as a person. To test you, to see if you were worthy and ready for what comes next. Are you?
I hope so.
She's
With my friends.
Good.
And with my friends and Twilight by my side, I feel like I can conquer anything.
Not yet. But you are on the path. I am proud of you as my student, my protege, part of my family, which is the consortium itself. Now, we need to ensure that you are well equipped without a leash, and that we equip you with something that more aligns to your goals for the end game. She turns and places the pin and dagger on the desk and reaches over for the other dagger that's on the desk. As she does so, you feel a bit of a shiver run down your spine. There's something strange about this blade. Please roll an insight check. 60 seconds have passed.
No. Okay, 14. So I also have bless.
Okay. 60 seconds have passed. You do not have bless.
Was it a minute?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So 1 action, 1 hour. Okay, so enhance ability. That doesn't help me here, does it? No.
Nope.
Can I cast guidance on myself, or did I need to do that before?
You would have needed to do that before.
Okay, so 14.
So a 14. This thing is not from the material plane.
It's pretty.
She hands it to
Very
you.
nice of her.
I retrieved this long ago on one of my adventures. And I feel like it is time for you to have it in your possession. After all, I want to ensure that my students are well equipped for the challenges that I place them in. Your efforts against the Shintara Grove will need these.
Does it absorb souls?
No. Rather, it releases them faster
And where do they go?
to the afterlife. Wherever souls go when the gods determine. This is the soul render.
Soul render.
Yes. I removed it from a cager, a powerful demon of the nine hells. He was raiding long ago here in Toivoa during the reign of Vagrodan. I stole it from him, and I have kept it ever since. I think it's wise for you to have it. And she hands it to you.
Okay. I take it.
Awesome.
I have no idea what it does.
Cool. As you take it, the handle feels like the back of a carapace. It's very slick and very powerful. Now, this is my gift to you. Do not let it fall into the hands of your husband. Should he become attuned to it, it may draw his mind from his body. We would not want that. This is a gift for you, and for you alone. Am I understood?
Understood. Will it do the same to me?
No, not as long as our pact holds. I will protect you and ward you against its effects.
Okay.
And then I'm going to display this as far as what it does for you guys to read through. The blade is ancient and deadly. There's some typos in here that need to be corrected. The rumored blade is rumored to have been taken from the hells and brought to the material plane long ago. While you hold this weapon and have nothing in your other hand and are attuned, you gain the following benefits. You have a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with this magic weapon. If you use this dagger as your focus, you gain +2 to your spell attack rolls and spell save DCs. When you critically strike with an attack or spell, you can expend hit dice in order to increase the damage done by a number equal to the total rolled. These hit dice cannot be refreshed until the end of a long rest. Lastly, a creature reduced to 0 hit points by an attack or spell by the wielder of this weapon instantly dies and their soul is released to the afterlife.
Wow. Are you sure that I'm worthy of this?
Of course.
It will stay with me. Wow. Thank
Were you
you.
concerned?
Let's just say your test has left its marks.
She smiles. I hope they did. It is important that we realize that some things are tests and that we grow from them. We improve ourselves into a final form. Once we reach that form, we die. Never stop improving or testing yourself, Covet von Sin, lest you die.
He nods her head.
Now, based off of your demeanor, I trust that your friends believe that I am in here to kill you.
Well, in truth, I wasn't certain whether you'd kill me or not.
If you had kept the pin, in spite of the test, I would have, as I have done many before you.
Scary that so many have not passed this test.
12 so far.
Wow.
And they are not released to the afterlife. For I do not wish for them to be resurrected by the wards that they have placed upon themselves, safeguards against my wrath. They could be resurrected should they not be captured. Their souls reside in the temple of MKL, not in my possession. They are to be tormented and ended, never to be stolen from the god of death.
Of course.
Now,
You on close terms with MKL?
we are on very close terms.
Then I would ask, does MKL know about my test?
He does.
I was planning on going to the temple afterwards anyway.
Say hello to the priests for me. We are on a first-name basis.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
I have a request. A strange one for me, I'm sure, but one that we may find mutually pleasurable.
What is your request?
She lowers her voice in case there's someone listening at the door. I would like to perform a practical joke upon your friends.
She smiles and giggles a little bit. I don't know if that is a wise idea because right now I know they are very, very, very anxious about me coming through that door alive. They're ready to go
Twilight
get
is
the
currently
test.
anxious out in the hall, waiting to see his wife return.
Well,
I kind of don't want to give my friends heart attacks if that's possible.
oh, but we could revive them. It would be pleasant.
Yeah.
Will you not be tempted
but
by fun, Kevin von Sin?
I'm always tempted by fun, but not at this time. This one is not opportune.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it's opportune. It's just not wise.
When else
at the
would we
moment.
do this with such high stakes?
It's fun, but not at this time. I believe that they would try to come in and literally kill you. Try,
Oh,
at least. I know they probably wouldn't be able to, but try. And I really don't want any more bloodshed than what has happened in the past. So,
very well. Our loss.
yes, but there could be other times in the future.
Of
It
course.
just gives us time to plan, right?
True. Now, where do you intend to go after this?
The temple. I'm going to meet my friends downstairs and let them know that I'm alive by ordering pizza and sushi.
How
And then I'm going to
disgusting.
go to. It's not together. It's not like on top of each other. It's like side by side kind of situation. It's a long story why I have this thing. I love it. My thing. Um, don't don't question it. It's just a thing. Yep.
I'm afraid
And
that my questioning of this thing is impossible to avoid. It is in bad taste, and I'm certain that Brad will not accommodate you.
well, I can order them separately, and then he could just look at me weird. So,
She smiles coldly at
I'm
that.
okay with people looking at me weird. You should have seen us at the Protectorate. That was fun.
I did.
Whoa.
Were you scrying on me?
Yes. Covet, I have a vested interest in your safety and prosperity. I want to know what happens to you. The fact that you were afraid of me for so long is troubling. I want there to be clear communication between you and I. After
Understood.
all, we cannot usher souls to the afterlife without it.
Very true. That being said, do you know anything about the rider on the dragon outside?
She smiles at you. I do indeed. He is quite talented.
I have a feeling that you're on a first name basis, if you know what I mean.
Yes, unfortunately.
Um, why is there a large dragon outside? What is he doing here with his dragon?
Lucian Stain, one of the leaders of the Lost Lore Company, has revealed a plot of his own. Apparently, they have placed agents within the Longstriders Consortium and have been accepting and completing jobs in masse in order to prevent us from having income. We have no jobs currently available and must rely upon the Lost Lore Company to commission us.
Oh, no. Oh. I'm assuming you're taking action to remedy the situation?
I would like to. I have recently spoken to a friend. I believe you saw him. It would have been difficult to miss him as he ran from my room. He will be addressing the situation.
He's the dragonborn that smelled of smoke and char.
Yes. Tyronius Evilite has much going on in his mind, and he has rejected the path.
Well, his loss.
Indeed, he would have made a delectable.
Well,
I wonder, do you believe that white and gold go well together?
it, Plain old white and gold. What does this have? Well,
She smiles at you with a bit of a conniving grin.
she smiles and is like, "What do you have planned?"
Well, Dragonborn are powerful creatures. Allying one could be beneficial.
So you're wanting me to convince him to come to the...
Oh, I don't believe that's possible, but it would have been nice. After all, it wouldn't hurt to have another child.
Well, all right. Well, I'm going to leave you to it then.
Of course. By the way, are you certain about the practical joke? You can have smoke
positive.
leak out from under the door and then scream.
It would be tons of fun, but the answer is no. I'm quite certain that they are quite worried. So I really need to open that door and come out there and be alive. No screaming involved. No practical jokes.
None? Perhaps we have it posed where you have slain me.
Yeah, that would be interesting. And then Zatona would come and kill me with no questions asked.
Oh, he has a sense of humor. But, very well, I will let it go. Have a wonderful day, Covet von Sin. And know I'm watching.
Understood. You too. Have a good day, and until next time.
Until next time. And as you open the door, you see the party ready to kill Leslie.
She turns her head back and looks at Leslie and just kind of winks and smiles, and then lets her face transform to one of absolute dejection and just absolute horror, and has this tear that begins to roll down her cheek, and she sniffles and turns back to Islarin and Twilight to see what they do.
Twilight draws his rapier.
This Orange draws a trident.
Activates his
Wait.
animated shield.
Word.
Leslie's eyes go black and begins emanating smoke all around her.
She begins to she looks at Twilight and goes, "I need pizza and sushi," and smiles really big.
The room goes light, and you hear the most evil yet cheerful laugh from the room. And the door will slam closed behind Covet.
She looks at Twilight and Islarin and explains very quickly before anybody gets hurt. The pin was a test, as well as the dagger, and I passed. I gave them both up. And in return, got something even more powerful without the leash attached to it, without the bad things attached to it.
You hear Twilight mutter under his breath something along the lines of "you little bleep." And then he'll look at Covet and will ask a pointed question. And how do you know this isn't the next phase of said test?
Because MKL is in on it, and I'm going to go and talk to MKL at the temple. And she also told me to tell the priests hello from her.
Please roll an insight check, Covet.
Insight.
Yes, please.
14.
14. He's got a point. It is likely another test of some kind. But to what end?
Probably.
No telling.
I'm of the opinion that
She is-
everything is more of a test from here on out.
And what is this new dagger that you received?
It's called the Soul Render, but
It's called
I
what?
am the Soul
Say
Render.
that again.
The Soul Render.
Would you like to say that out loud to yourself?
Oh, I know. I know.
So you turn two potential soul altering items in for one greater soul rendering item.
Yes, but this one's different. I'm still scared of what it does. Who wouldn't be with a name like that? But I'm going straight to, well, after pizza and sushi, of course. I'm going to go straight to the temple and see what MKL has to say about it before I do anything else.
Might I see this weapon, this next version of your test?
No.
Twilight raises an eyebrow.
It was specifically stated that you cannot touch it because the effects of it will be really bad on you. I am protected from the effects.
And that sits okay with you.
Not great, but you're going to have to trust me for now.
Because in my mind, it sounds like you've got your head on the chopping block, just waiting for somebody to pull the pin, and whatever protections, as he spits the word, that you currently benefit from removed only for the blade to turn on its wielder.
And the same could be said of you and trying to take back Shantara Grove. You have all these protections. You have to trust me, who is there to protect you. So let me do my job and be your partner so we can do what MKL has designed for us to take back Shantara Grove, heir.
Not if I have to sacrifice you in the process.
MKL willing, it will not come to that.
So why even have that as an opportunity?
Why should we take back Shantara Grove then?
I said not
Because-
if there's a chance of you losing you in the process.
And you could do the same. So let's go. I'm stopping this argument because this is something that we always argue about, and this is not okay. We're not willing to put each other at risk, yet we are with every time we take a step down this path.
The longer you hold on to that, there means that there is a knife at your throat.
There is one at yours as well.
I don't explain.
Hello, you're trying to take back your home, which is also not currently under your control, which they are always trying to come after us and kill you.
Which is a threat from any situation with which we put ourselves in. This is something you are carrying on your person that somebody else holds the safety switch on.
You have to trust me, please. If this is another test, I will pass it just like I did the last one.
Then what?
I will do the best I can, protect my friends and family, and I will
do my best not to lose myself in the process. Just like you, every day. I don't want
Right
absolute
back
power.
where we were.
What?
We're right back where we were.
No, we're not. You're welcome to come with me to the Temple of MKL. You're welcome to talk to MKL about it. Because that's where I'm going to go next. And she turns and effectively ends the conversation and walks down the hallway just as any noble would, with her head held high, her back straight, walks past the table with the mimosa and the steak and her friends and heads straight towards the Temple of MKL.
Okay. As she leaves, Twilight, Islarin, you guys are still upstairs. Do you want to follow her, or do you want a moment?
Twilight will give a look to Islarin and then follow his wife.
Islarin?
Islarin will hang back and she'll come down the stairs after them, but as they go out, she will not follow them past. She will not follow them outside of the consortium.
Okay. Meanwhile, Ayla, Kiki, Eowyn are all downstairs. Are you guys enjoying your chicken and waffles?
Always.
Always. Awesome. As you watch Covet, what's a good term for this? Stride out the door?
It would almost be like when it's not quite storm. It is like Covet walks in the room and like the room temperature around her just plummets like 20 degrees. She's
It's
pissed.
the embodiment of the word fine.
Oh, we're past fine. It's nothing. We're all the way to nothing.
All right. So all the way to nothing. Kiki, Ayla, Eowyn, Covet has gone fine or nothing out the door. What would you guys like to do?
Watching for Islarin and Twilight.
Twilight comes
assuming
right
that they are
after. Headed out.
Yeah.
Islarin comes to the table.
Kiki will start to pack up the whatever's left of the food into a
bindle?
to-go bag.
Yep.
Yeah. Assuming that we're on our way out the door.
Ayla?
While we're in here, should we try to find the guy who was the writer on the dragon? See what he's doing here? I mean, Covet and Twilight have their thing going on, but we need to find out what this dragon's doing here.
I think that would be wise. And Hobbit did mention pizza and sushi, for what it is worth.
Say that again, please.
Covet did mention
I'm
pizza and
telling you,
sushi.
Yeah. I basically tell you others, like, that we don't need to, like, I'm not telling them not to follow, but like that it may be a personal moment.
Okay, that's fine. So should we just sit here and wait for them, or should we follow them?
I think while we are here, if you wish to find the rider of the dragon, would be a good moment.
So Ayla, roll a perception check.
I roll as well.
Absolutely. With a 24, Ayla sees. Does Awen see? Awen also sees. You guys both see a very good-looking man off to the side. He's turning on the schmaltz and is definitely carousing, we'll call it, with a couple of people. You'll recognize one of them as being Amer Shestina, one of the blue cloaks with the most punchable face in all of Toivoa.
I thought that was Ronaldo's.
We've actually classified Amer as more punchable.
Wait, is Amir, however his name is pronounced, is he with this guy?
No. He's currently sitting across from him talking.
Oh, we are not going over there.
Not going over there?
No.
Okay. After a couple of moments, the little gold kobold with wings hands over 500 gold pieces to this man, stands up, and walks out the door carrying a map. As he stands up, he straightens his vest, straightens his tie, looks over, nods at you all, comes over. Nice to make your acquaintance, my lady. He nods to Ayla and Islaren. Gentlemen, how do you feel about adventure?
Ayla laughs.
I mean, we're generally for it.
Well, if you're looking for adventure, the Lost Lore Company is here to provide it. For a small fee, of course. For a small investment of 500 gold, I can provide you with a map to great riches and even greater stories.
That the map you just sold the guy that went out just now?
Oh no! Different map. Different stories.
Sir, we have our own stories we're working with. I thank you for your offer. But
Indeed! He pulls up a chair, flips it around, and sits with the back between you, puts his arms on it. Tell me your stories.
Nope, can't do.
Aw. I'm sure that all of you would be more elaborate and interesting than what's going on in this place today.
It is interesting that you seek to charge others and yet you wish to have this for free.
Well, I was looking to give you the opportunity to spread your legends to the entire world. Your loss. After all,
There's a
sometimes
cry of remorse from the outside.
sometimes we pay people with promotion and exposure. But your loss. Have a wonderful time. Do enjoy. And Brad, here you go. And he hands Brad a small bag of coins containing 100 gold pieces. He winks and walks out.
That guy winks a lot.
It's on the dragon.
I guess he really was here to do business.
Yeah, he was conducting business of some sort.
Well, if he wasn't a threat, then I don't find it my concern anymore.
Exactly.
The way he treats this so casually, as if it were a game to be played, something trifling, as if It is some scheme for wealth. It's most
Yeah, it probably is.
distasteful.
As unfortunate as it is, some people just choose to live with that mindset.
You do, and some people get killed that way.
After a couple moments, you will hear a loud boom. The entire building shakes.
Does it sound like
Okay.
the same thing we heard on the ship?
It does.
I bet the dragon's gone.
The dragon's gone.
At least this time we didn't get knocked in the water.
Yeah, really.
When
Was
we get
really
back in the
beginning
ship,
to
you really need to
log.
stop doing that.
You got a point. It's not really a good habit on a ship.
All right, so with Ayla's perception check and Eowyn's perception check, there's another thing you notice as Lucian left the room. The grandfather clock, the 12-foot one near the front door to the consortium, the pendulum is missing.
Pendulum from a grandfather clock.
Where's Carfax's blade?
You're not in there, sir.
Damn it.
Brad, is Brad around?
Brad's around, yeah.
Brad, what happened to the grandfather clock?
Brad comes running up. Oh, Gertrude's gone. Kerfix left and took Gertrude.
Who's Gertrude?
Why? Hold it. Kerfax is gone? Where did Kerfax go?
Oh, he went out. He was in a hurry, too.
Like recently? Like just now?
Oh, would have been about 3-4 hours ago? Yeah.
Why was he in a hurry? Do you know?
I don't know. But if he took Gertrude, it's probably something serious.
Yeah, we should maybe look into that, guys.
Yeah, especially now that the clock's not working
Did you
anymore.
see where he went? Did you see where he went? Did he tell you anything?
No, he came downstairs in a hurry, ran over to the clock, grabbed his sword, and ran out the door.
Could you tell which way he went?
Not once the door was closed, sorry. He's very polite about closing the door, unlike half the people in here who just let it slam.
Or leave it open.
How often have you guys left the consortium and not closed the door?
Yeah, every time.
Every time. Every time.
We just leave.
All right. Well, I mean, do we know where Islaren, do you know where Covet and Twilight headed off to? Because maybe we should go look into this while they're there.
Yes. I do know where they went to.
Right. Well, if we've got some time, it's probably not going to hurt anything to ask around town.
All right.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Cool. So, as Brad goes about helping other clients, you guys can leave the Longstriders Consortium and head out into town.
Hey, Eowyn, could you close the door on your way out?
In
No, we're
light of
just
Brad's
sitting.
comments, yes, I stopped and closed the door.
All right.
What
So,
if I just...
go ahead.
So, was Ayla the last one out?
I think Ayla was the last one out, yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna... Can I roll stealth check?
Sure. Everyone sees you.
I was gonna crack the door open.
You're going to crack the door open. Understood.
And then quickly regroup with the others if nothing happened.
All right. Cool. All right. So as you guys go out into town to try to find Twilight and Covet, they've had a few moments, and so we're going to follow the camera to chase them. Covet, as you have strode ahead, we're going to get you guys here to the Temple of MKL.
She walks up to the steps. And she stands before she even takes a step to the bottom step. She just kind of takes a breath because she recognizes that she hasn't been to the temple for a long time. And she knows that there's going to be a familiar pull, a familiar tug that's going to happen. But at the same time, she knows that she has to go in. And does she hear Twilight behind her at all?
Oh, I'm sure. Twilight, are you being quiet or not?
Was not being quiet whatsoever.
You hear him running up behind you, trying to keep up. And in spite of how short you are with your little legs, you can keep ahead of him if you choose to.
Without looking at him, still looking at the temple, are you coming in with me?
I am.
Do you trust me?
About as far as I can throw you.
Covet?
I have
How far is that?
For her size, I'd say it's pretty far.
Way to pick up on that one, Eowyn. I am proud of you.
Covet, last time it was what, 10 feet?
Love it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So she looks
Those
at him.
pillows were really comfy, though, when you landed. Just saying.
She looks at him and says, Lauren asked a question, and you agreed with it very quickly. And I was so taken back by that question. The fact that you agreed quickly shocked me. You asked me, and then what? So here it is. I have faith that you guys will keep me on the straight and narrow, like what you have with the last test. Do I believe that this is another test? Oh, you better believe it. But I feel stronger, like I can do this. I know that it is going to be a test, and I'm going to be tested every single time I get a new weapon or a new spell or a new power, just like you. You trust me to keep you on the straight and narrow. Trust me. I need you to keep me on that too.
Just know that despite my approach to the end justifies the means, there are some means that are never justified, as spending is part of that end.
I understand that, and I respect that. But we're a team. And teams trust each other. So trust me, as I trust you.
I'm here.
I have not attuned to the weapon yet. I'm smart enough for that. Let me speak to MKL. Let me try, at least. See if they'll listen.
I'll be here with you.
And with that, she turns, grabs his hand, and walks up.
Okay. As you take your first step, you lose a level. Want to continue?
He goes up the stairs,
All right.
knowing that this is going to happen.
As you make your way up the steps, all of your abilities fade. All of your skills. You are reduced to a commoner as you approach the temple of your god. As you come to the top, one of the clerics comes out. He bows to you guys slightly. Welcome. It's been a while, Twilight. This is your lovely wife.
Twilight nods.
Come in. He opens the door for you guys to enter.
I go in.
Okay. You guys go inside. The place is nicer than the last time you visited Twilight. They've done some repairs.
Quite the improvement you guys have made here.
Not improvement, but work that needed to be done. Please. And he will gesture to the altar at the front.
Twilight motions for his wife.
He takes a breath and steps forward towards you.
Okay. As you come to the altar, there's a sense of trepidation that's going to wash over you. The nerves are real.
Yep.
What's going to happen?
We are.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Can I give her guidance?
you may. So, Covet, what are we going to do?
She is there, and she kneels the altar and kneels at the altar and says a prayer stating the things that have happened, and that
Oh, no guidance. I'm sorry, you can't cast guidance. You don't have the skills. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, that's right.
she says a prayer stating the things that have happened that have led up to this point, that she was told that she had that the pin and the dagger apparently were a test, and she gave those back knowing that they were not in line with MKL, because and it had driven her. She was very uneasy about what was happening with the souls, and she's sorry she even took it to begin with. She never should have. It was a mistake, but she's learned from it and given up that power. She has in return gotten another dagger that she is very hesitant to use even then. And she says that she wants to believe that this is on the up and up, but with past experience, she's very hesitant to believe anything at this point. She wants to know that she is forgiven, but also what must she do to atone for being so weak?
Roll a religion check.
Oh, God bless America. Not been able to roll these well at all.
I can't assist her with any of that, I don't think.
Nope. So with a 15, Covet, you feel a sense of peace wash over you for a moment. And then your vision goes red. You can't see the temple. You don't sense Twilight behind you. You feel yourself falling, Covet. You feel yourself falling and then slowing. Your hair flows down around you as if in liquid as you reach the bottom of whatever this is. You come to a soft landing, standing. You look around you. You're in a red room, lined with red curtains. And ahead of you, a white mask sits on a table. What would you do?
Does she recognize the mask?
Roll a history check. With a 22, you have seen this mask once before, long ago. It belonged to someone else who was walking through Nausea. It was on her belt at the time. And I'm going to put some art on the screen for you, just so, because you did roll really well here. All right. Let me get this right here, because I didn't expect us to do that. So this is going to be...
The
welcome.
gypsy woman.
I'm sorry?
The gypsy woman.
No, not the gypsy woman.
No, it's not.
So this is
It is
the
not.
art of the individual who had been wearing it originally. Okay.
Okay.
She had this mask on her belt, but wasn't wearing it the last time you saw her. You haven't seen her in months.
What was her name?
I don't think you knew her name.
No, I don't think so.
So I'm not going to give you her name.
Oh, okay. That's
However, with a 22 history check, she looks familiar. I'm going to ask for a second history check, because the first history check was, where did you recognize the mask from? Now we're going to try to place who this woman was. Does this make sense?
yes.
Okay.
There we go. Nope.
No,
I remember
you do
nothing.
not know who that person who that person is. So, as you look at the mask sitting on the table, I will show you a picture of the mask.
Wow, that's a pretty mask. Almost like lace. It's white mask, right?
It is a white mask. Do you approach it?
I approach it. Yes.
Okay. As you do so, you can see that it is made of alabaster.
And I can't use any of my spells here or anything like that, right?
Correct. Because all are equal in death.
She thinks to herself, do you want me to take this? Do you want me to give this to the woman? What am I feeling right now?
Curiosity? You hear a voice from behind you. A kind voice that you've never heard but imagined. The voice of Imkael himself. Child, you are forgiven, but not for walking the path that was set before you. You are walking the path that I have set. You are walking the path that my friend, my chosen, has set for you. The tests are to test your loyalty. You have passed. It is not your time to visit me on a regular basis. It is not your time to pass beyond. It is time for you to move forward, child. Take the mask. Join your husband and proceed with a crusade against the undead forces of the Shantara Grove. Covet, you've been granted inspiration by S6RO.
I love that. Thank you so much, but I've already been granted inspiration this time around. Can we give it to somebody else, please?
All right, we'll grant you.
Thank you
We'll
so
pass
much.
yours over to Islarin. Islarin, you gain it, and then Covet, you gain it from Sorrow.
All right. There you go. I pass it over to Slaren.
All right,
Thank you.
take the mask. Proceed with your crusade against the undead forces of Shantara Grove. Purge the place of the undead. Deliver them to me. The dagger you hold was once stolen from me before it was taken to the hells. It is a holy relic. Use it well. And the presence fades, and you're left in this red room with the alabaster mask.
She steps forward and looks at the mask, kind of stares at it for a second, and she reaches out her hands and goes to take it. It pauses for a minute and then actually takes the mask.
As your fingers touch its intricately carved surface, it's cool to the touch. It weighs a little less than you thought it should. It's light. It looks like it could fit you should you choose to wear it. But you don't feel a compulsion. There's no need or desire. If there was a mirror here, you might look at it and see how you'd look in it. But for the moment, practicality washes over you. There's a ribbon on the back of it that you can hook to your belt. Do you wish to put it on? Do you want to put it on your belt? Do you wish to discard it? What would you do?
I put it on my belt for now.
Okay. As the mask sits there comfortably, you look around and you see Twilight looking in your direction, concerned. As the room washes away, the red reveals the white marble of the Temple of MKL. You are at peace. The cleric stands off to the side with his head bowed.
You've had me concerned. Are you all right?
I spoke with MKL. Actually spoke with MKL.
Well, that raises an eyebrow.
I'm forgiven. I passed the tests. And Leslie's his chosen.
In the shadows?
I don't know about that, but she's his chosen. He wants me to work with her. She puts her hand on the pommel of the
of the dagger, and she just doesn't take it out, but just puts her hand on it and says, "This is the holy relic of MKL's. The mask is from MKL. I don't know what they do. Well, I know what Soul Render does, but the mask, I don't know yet. I still have to figure that out. But I'm to help you get rid of the undead from Shantara Grove and send them with this dagger to MKL." I'm supposed to join you and the undead forces in Shantara Grove.
So, Twilight, with this revelation that she's on board with the blessing of your god, how would you feel right now?
Well, it's threefold. A, there's the concern and the reflection of the ups and downs, the shadows, the interventions, the tests, and everything else associated with that. So first one's the apprehension. Second one's the concern because of, well, there are some things that just aren't worth expending, and his wife is one of them. But third is the convergence or the alignment of objectives, of potentially seeing an end state that aligns both with personal as well as the desires of MKL.
So, would you guys leave the temple, or is there something else you'd like to do here?
Have it. She's still. She's trying to grasp everything that just happened and just not rattled, but trying to keep the mask on of just being proper the way that she should be.
You're putting the mask on?
No, not that mask. The mask of the noble. And she turns to the priest and walks to him.
He nods.
And she says, "Leslie told me to tell you hello."
You get a little chuckle from him. Hello again. It's been some time since she decided to speak to me. Thank you.
She nods. And says, "I thank you." Well, no, she doesn't say that. She nods and says, "Until we meet again."
He nods. And as you guys descend the stairs, regaining your levels, that's where we're going to end for today. And we'll meet up with the rest of the party next week as we explore the next episode of the Us Against the Gods campaign.